Homelander versus Thanos, who would win? There is a man who hovers above cities like a symbol carved into the sky, a cape flowing behind him as if the wind itself answers to his presence, eyes glowing with the promise of instant destruction, and a smile that convinces the world he is their savior. And then there is a being who has walked across dying worlds, who has looked into the chaos of existence and decided that balance must be enforced, no matter the cost, a titan whose very name echoes through galaxies as both judgment and inevitability. This is not just a clash of strength. This is a clash of scale, of mindset, of power shaped by completely different universes. Homelander, the ultimate creation of Vought, a man engineered to be perfect but raised in emptiness. Thanos, the mad titan, a conqueror shaped by loss, discipline, and an unshakable belief that his actions serve a greater purpose. Homelander's power begins with simplicity but quickly becomes terrifying in execution. He is faster than sound, strong enough to dominate every enhanced being in his world, and durable to the point where conventional weapons mean absolutely nothing. Bullets flatten, explosions fade, and even the strongest soups struggle to leave a mark. His heat vision is precise and devastating, capable of slicing through aircraft, tearing apart structures, and vaporizing targets in seconds. His senses give him near omniscience on a battlefield, hearing heartbeats through walls, tracking movement from miles away. But what truly defines Homelander is not just his abilities, it is his psychology. He is unstable, desperate for control, addicted to being the strongest presence in any room. When challenged, he doesn't hesitate. He escalates. He overwhelms. He destroys. Thanos, on the other hand, exists on a level where power is no longer just about destruction, but about endurance and dominance over forces that dwarf entire planets. Even without the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos is a being who has stood against gods and survived. His strength allows him to overpower Hulk, a creature driven by limitless rage. His durability lets him endure blows from Thor, a warrior who channels the power of storms and lightning. His body is built not just for combat, but for war on a universal scale. He does not tire like mortals, he does not panic, and most importantly, he does not rush. Thanos fights with patience, with calculation, with an understanding of battle that has been refined over centuries. Where Homelander reacts emotionally, Thanos responds strategically. At their peak, the difference becomes even more extreme. Homelander represents the absolute ceiling of power within his world. There is nothing above him, nothing that challenges him consistently, nothing that forces him to grow. Thanos, however, exists in a universe filled with beings far beyond planetary limits, and he has survived, adapted, and conquered within that environment. And if the Infinity Gauntlet enters the equation, then Thanos doesn't just fight opponents, he rewrites reality itself, bending time, space, and matter with a single thought. But even without it, his base form already operates far beyond anything Homelander has ever faced. The battle begins in the sky, high above the ocean where there are no civilians, no cameras, no audience to impress. Homelander moves first because that is who he is. He launches forward at supersonic speed, heat vision already firing, a continuous beam aimed directly at Thanos' head. The attack is immediate, aggressive, overwhelming. It is the kind of strike that ends fights before they begin. But Thanos does not fall. He absorbs the blast, his body resisting the heat, his expression tightening slightly as he studies the man attacking him. In a single motion, he raises his arm and catches Homelander mid-charge, stopping his momentum completely. For the first time, Homelander feels resistance that he cannot instantly overpower. He breaks free, anger flashing across his face, and retaliates with a barrage of strikes delivered at incredible speed. Punch after punch lands, each one powerful enough to shatter structures, each one driven by frustration and disbelief. Thanos is pushed back, but not broken. He adjusts, reading the rhythm of the attacks, and then counters. One strike from Thanos sends a shockwave through the air, forcing Homelander back and disrupting his balance. The difference begins to show not just in strength, but in control. Homelander fights like a storm, chaotic and relentless. Thanos fights like a force of nature, precise and unstoppable. The fight escalates. Homelander takes to the sky again, using speed to circle his opponent, firing heat vision from multiple angles, trying to overwhelm him with constant pressure. The beams connect, burning against Thanos' armor and skin, forcing him to brace. For a moment, it looks like Homelander might gain the advantage through sheer aggression. But Thanos adapts. He times the movement, anticipates the pattern, and when Homelander closes in again, he grabs him and drives him downward with immense force, slamming him into the surface below. The impact sends shockwaves across the ocean, water splitting apart from the collision. Homelander rises again, breathing heavier now, not injured beyond recovery, but shaken. This is new. This is something he has never experienced. Someone who does not fear him. Someone who does not fall. His attacks become more desperate, more aggressive, pushing his power to its limit. And that is the turning point, because desperation is not strategy. It is weakness. Thanos sees it. He understands it instantly, and he ends the fight. Closing the distance one final time, Thanos delivers a series of calculated blows, each one heavier than the last, each one designed not just to hurt, but to break momentum, to dismantle resistance. Homelander tries to respond, tries to fight back, but the gap is now undeniable. His strength is immense, but it is not enough. His durability is impressive, but it is not absolute. And against an opponent who has faced far greater threats, it simply doesn't hold. At peak power, Homelander is the strongest being in his world. At peak power, Thanos is a being who challenges gods and reshapes battles on a universal scale. In terms of raw strength, Thanos is superior. In terms of durability, Thanos is superior. In terms of experience, strategy, and control, Thanos dominates completely. Homelander's unpredictability gives him an early edge. His aggression allows him to land hits, but over time, that same instability becomes his downfall. The final result is clear. Thanos is stronger. Thanos is more powerful. And in a direct fight, Thanos wins. And more importantly, this fight reveals something deeper than just power levels. Homelander represents dominance within limits. A king of a very small kingdom who has never faced anything beyond it. Thanos represents evolution through conflict, a warrior forged in battles that constantly push beyond limits. And when those two worlds collide, the outcome is inevitable. Because in the end, power is not just about how strong you are. It is about what you have survived, what you have learned, and how far beyond your own world you can truly reach.